we got some controversial takes to chit chat about tonight. We're gonna hit a couple of them, but we're missing a Tuna. That's okay. He's probably laid up in bed again.
Little
And
bitch.
don't make fun of me for drinking my Mal strawberry daiquiri that I found in the fridge that looked tasty.
That does look delicious.
Yeah,
I ain't even gonna lie.
it looked tasty, so I was like, yeah, I'll drink that. It's been sitting in there for a while. Might as well drink it. So here we are.
I'm pounding some Red Bull.
Pounding
Is that
Red Bull.
work?
Yeah.
This time of day?
Yeah, I was asleep.
Oh.
When the wife had to wake me up. Get up.
Oh, you're at work rotting away for no reason? Oh. Okay. We figured you were doing something.
Dirtbag.
We weren't quite sure what, but... Oh, you're on mids. What's up, Phantom Boy? He's on mids. You could have
There's
told
my
us.
boy. Right? Could have said something.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I don't know if you guys are curious about the title we have, Controversial Takes. There's been a few videos, or at least a couple videos I can think of that have come up within the last week or two that we're going to play and then give our take on it because they're interesting. Say that. It's Sunday, Tuna. It's Sunday. That's what day it is. Sunday. Yeah.
Sunday.
Which one do you have up, Rebel, first?
Neither, but I can grab them real quick.
Okay. Well, he's pulling those up. We'll give you guys a fair warning. So I'm gonna throw the disclaimer in the chat. So y'all have fun. I'm going back to the dungeon. Okay. So just so everybody sees a disclaimer, content provided is the sole view of this channel's owner. Media views and additional content provided on this channel does not represent the U.S. military, Department of Defense in any official capacity. There you have it, folks. Because we're probably going to say some shit that's personal to these interesting videos that people think.
And I don't give two shits about your feelings. Just saying that now.
Believe. They think that freedom of speech is one thing, but that just doesn't mean you have freedom of consequences or repercussions. You could say what you want, but you know, you're going to suffer the blowback if it's stupid.
Okay, here.
So this is what we got.
Gold first.
This is the one we'll talk about first because this is the one that happened first. This is Asmongold talking about what he thinks of, I guess, Middle Eastern cultures.
To consider a genocide as a system killing of a group of people. They have genocide built into Sharia law right now. So no, I'm not going to cry a fucking river when people who have genocide that's baked into their laws are getting genocided. I don't give a fuck. They're terrible people. It's not even a question. It's crazy that people don't see it that way.
Pause it real quick.
They'd be doing the same thing.
Pause it real quick. He's talking about what's going on in Palestine and the Middle East right now, in Israel and those surrounding areas. Okay.
I mean, two different religions that have been fighting each other for thousands of years. So,
Okay, go ahead.
And how much did they kill? As many as they can. They're not able to kill as many people as Israel because they don't have as many bombs and as many weapons. But if they did, they'd be doing the same thing. That's it. Just takes enough. That's right. These people are not your allies. They are not the same as us. They come from an inferior culture that is horrible. It kills people for their identity, and it is directly antithetical to everything Western values stand for, and it is an inferior culture in all ways. It is that simple. No, I don't feel bad for them. I don't feel sorry for them. I don't care. I don't support them.
Wow.
Ouch.
Yeah. So he got a ban on Twitch for that. Obviously, they banned him for, was it hateful speech, because he directed it at specific culture. So he's talking about what's going on in Israel and Palestine.
But that is coming from a guy that lives like this.
Yeah. He has,
and talking about on a high horse.
he has very little room to speak about any other cultures when he's basically making a representation of a very small sect of nasty people that live like this.
I was getting ready to ask, is that his
Yes.
area?
Yeah.
Yes.
That
Yeah.
no.
Right, dude. He's had cockroaches crawling.
Don't get me wrong, my room that I work in isn't the cleanest either, because it's kind of like the storage room also. So like my tools and shit are over here. I have, stacked blankets over here, an extra old TV, a cabinet, and different stuff in here. But
do you
I
have
don't
a
have
month's worth of fucking styrofoam cups
no.
and a
You don't
pile
have-
of trash behind you?
Yeah.
No.
There's a difference between stuff like storage stuff, tools, and all
No.
that, and trash. He has trash and food containers everywhere.
I do need the dust though, I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, even that's not, you know what I mean? That's, garages are dusty too. Storage rooms are
But-
dusty.
That's disgusting. And to actually just straight up hate on a religion and culture, you are a fucking moron.
Honestly, I think that his viewpoint on that is quite, it's out there, dude. It's really out there.
It's pretty terrible, honestly. And don't get me wrong, I am not a fan of a lot of the Muslim culture. I'm not. I think they are a very angry culture. But it's their culture. That's their beliefs. And I can't hate on them for that. That's their beliefs.
Yeah.
You can't hate on somebody for their beliefs.
When it comes to that specifically, I would argue when it comes to their religion, but also within some sort of reason too, right? Like some sects of that culture and religion still believe in like stoning people to death.
Yeah.
That's pretty barbaric and old. You know what I mean?
A lot of them do still believe in kind of an eye for an eye aspect also.
And they believe in the women are inferior.
Exactly.
And they'll beat them,
Absolutely terrible and horrendous. And that's what I was, that's my get at. Like, I don't agree with the Muslim culture in any way, shape, or form, or religion and their beliefs, me personally. But I would never just attack them because they're at war with another culture.
Yeah. Another similar.
Yeah.
Well, and then also any other culture that isn't that one is as well a friend in the most deep and like oldest areas of that religious belief.
And I'm sorry, but if you're not Muslim or you're not Jewish, or not even just Jewish, if you're not Israeli, Jewish, like you're not from there or have anything to do with that culture, like specifically, then you have zero right to say anything about what's going on over there. None. Zero.
Well, I think that a lot of people feel that they do because, at least with Israel, because Israel is vastly like westernized comparatively to, you know what I mean? They're
Absolutely.
Westernized as in similar value and culture in a lot of areas. Not all of it, obviously.
Believe it or not, a lot of the Muslim cultures were too until late 70s, early 80s.
Yeah. Yeah, they were.
If you actually go back to early 70s, 60s pictures of women and different stuff in the Muslim countries, they were wearing t-shirts and shorts and walking around with long hair and makeup. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
You would have never known it was a Muslim country except for, buildings and background.
What was that thing that changed?
It was like mainly Iran and all them really pushed that.
It was in the 70s, wasn't it?
I think the late 70s, early 80s, something like that. It was, yeah.
It was the Islamic Revolution of 1979, and that was Iranian culture.
Yep. Yeah. See, I think it was Iran, and it was the Muslim, and that push is what pushed everybody else too, like Iran, Iraq.
So it was the revolution led by Ayatollah Khomeini deposed the Shah of Iran and rolled back decades of advancements in women's rights. So that's basically what happened there. I don't understand how. I guess I do, but a lot of people support that rolling back of rights, like for people, like human rights. I don't understand why anyone would support that. That doesn't.
I have no idea.
That's my progressive
I have no idea.
coming out. You know what I mean? Like, I don't get that, dude.
My take on that is just how I try to live. It's just you never judge all by the actions of you.
Exactly. I think that's what's happening here too. Is probably a good majority of people that are Muslim don't have the viewpoint of death to America type shit. You know what I mean? They don't have that.
A lot don't.
Yeah. There's probably a majority that don't, I'd say.
Dude, even when I was in Iraq and different places, most of them didn't have that mindset.
No.
They believed in their culture and their stuff, but they also were they're very poor countries because they're ran by dictators and shitbags who don't give two fucks about the country. They just care about themselves.
Yeah. I would agree with
the next one.
Yeah, I think that he's, he has, okay, so I guess my last take on that one is he has used a very broad brush to describe a few people that do think that way, that do, think that, kind of exactly how he describes, but it's not, he's like doing the thing when you broad stroke.
Yeah.
All women, all men, all, Americans. You can't say that, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, you can't say that. Now, in the caption there, it does say like the Palestinians are not the victims. Islam is genocidal. I wouldn't say all Islamic people are genocidal. No. But there are quite a few, and you would see it in Iraq and different places when I was there. They will kill their own people and not give two shits about it. Yeah. They will.
It's religious extremists. That's all it is.
It's extremism. Yeah. We have extremism here.
And we have extremism here. Exactly. I mean,
Americans.
Damn it. What the hell is his name? The one that
Westboro Baptist Church.
Good example.
Yeah.
The like obviously the big organizations like the KKK extremist group, the Antifa extremist group. We have those people that will do terrible things. Just the same. Absolutely. So to sit and say that some culture is inferior, like, dude, we have the same kind of bullshit here. It's just that nobody has really. I mean, there have been a few that have blown up and killed a lot of people, but it's very few and far between. But it does exist, so that's a glass house he's really throwing stones in.
Yeah. And then of course you also got, individuals who weren't were but really weren't part of huge organizations. You always got everyone.
Oh yeah. Cults.
Let's see. like Timothy McVeigh, shit like that.
Well, McVeigh was a crazy guy, but he do the OKC bombing because of what happened
because of Waco.
In Waco and Ruby Ridge,
Ruby Ridge, yeah.
But still,
they say that's one of the reasons, but I think it was something that was probably going to happen, and that was just another reason.
Oh yeah, just give me one good reason, right? That's what people.
Yeah,
just give me a reason. I just need one.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
All right, here's the next one.
At all for any fucking.
So this one is.
I have no pity at all.
What's her name?
Fr0gan.
Fr0gan. Fr0gan is a partnered Twitch streamer. Believe this or not.
I have no pity at all for any fucking soldiers. Distress, thank you so much. I will never have any fucking pity for any fucking soldiers. U.S. military? Boo fucking who? I hope you get PTSD. You know?
The crazy thing is the chat.
I do the ones I do
Too.
ones that I'm like whatever about the U.S. soldiers are the ones that like acknowledge that like what they did was wrong. They didn't know back then. Whatever. You're a good person in my book. I'm like a Tom. Thank you so much for the 10 gifted. So the U.S. military that are like I did this back then, but now I know it's wrong. Like I'm changed. Like fuck imperialism. Fuck this. You don't deserve the PTSD. But like any other motherfucker, you're joining them. You're like, oh my god, I want my fucking Camaro, no student loans. Fuck you. I hope you get PTSD, and I hope you get no health insurance when you get back into fucking America.
She's saying this.
That's fucking wild, man.
That is wild.
While she's in America.
Yeah. I don't.
Just,
It's someone who just walks around with their eyes closed, man.
Did she get banned?
I don't think so.
I bet she didn't. That was hate speech on people, wishing harm on people, PTSD, health problems, mental health problems. That's wishing it on somebody.
So according
but
to,
of course she won't.
According to Twitch's terms of service, hate speech against veterans is not allowed on the site. It specifically calls it out along with many other groups.
If she would have left it at this part,
I have no pity at all for any fucking soldiers.
For any soldiers, that means worldwide. Like I could understand.
You don't like
you just
you don't like soldiers.
Cool.
Got it. I'm still gonna hate on you for it.
She just took it. She just took it to a level. You know what I mean? Like you sit there and enjoy your nice microphone, enjoy the things that you have all around you and in front of you, and think that
your
it's
nails.
all just your your nails and your nose ring and your makeup and all your fancy shit and your bedazzled microphone, and have no understanding of how it is that you have those things, or why it is that you continue to be able to have those things.
It's because people like that are fucking morons and literally have 0 sense of anything.
Yeah.
They literally just live their lives, get on here, watch their fucking Kardashians and think that's the way the world is because they're fucking morons.
It's crazy. It's crazy that she would say some shit like that, like live out loud. It makes me wonder if people say things like that just to like go viral.
To get the attention.
For the attention, like there's no negativity, there's no negative press really anymore, as they say. It's just now I didn't even know who this person was before, and now I know who they are.
Yep.
Cancel culture has become just a fucking media, like a promotion. You know what I mean? Like it's just it just gets your name out there.
Yeah,
and both sides use it, outrage culture, to promote.
But like saying something that, wishes a disease that is a major factor in people taking their own life is it's just crazy. That's wild to me. No
Yeah,
matter
it's
who they
wild.
are, whether it's vets or military members or anyone for that matter, like that's fucking crazy. You know, like she's a cunt, dude. I'm gonna say that.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what I said. This stupid bitch
And
right here on the
Asmongold's a dickhead,
screen
too.
could give two fucks. You're a fucking moron. You watch your little Kardashians and you think that's the way the world is.
I don't get it. You know,
You're fucking stupid.
Like there's what 3% of the population of the United States that ever serve in the military ever.
She's talking about like colonialism and imperialism, shit like that. Isn't that fucking Roman statue like?
I don't know, dude. She's just a parrot of fucking talking points for people, for media stories and shit. It's just a parrot talking point, literally a puppet.
Mm-hmm.
You're just regurgitating dumb shit that you hear see on the internet that you don't even understand. You know, that's what I will say to that. Like, she doesn't understand it. She doesn't understand that all those things that she has in her room right now and her ability to do what she's doing right now is protected by the very people she's talking shit about. And I know people think that, oh, what have they done since 1945? Well, I'll tell you, if you know what power projection and forward presence is, then you'll know that that's the reason why people don't fucking come here with tanks and ships and fucking submarines and helicopters and aircraft and destroy us. That's the reason why. All those people she's talking shit about are the reason why she gets to do what she does. I mean, free speech, have at it, you know? You have every right to say whatever you want to say, but you get to suffer the consequences if it's fucking stupid, you know?
Absolutely.
Freedom of speech
But that's
only
the thing.
applies to the government. Like, it only applies to retaliation from the government, not the people.
Oh, you have an inalienable right to say whatever you want. That's freedom of speech.
In turn, means we have an inalienable right to call you fucking stupid for saying it.
Yeah, and you get to suffer the wrath of the public and the people. You know, it's just stating that we have that right, that God-given right, that no one can take that away. That belongs, and it's protected by our Constitution, which she lives under. So, I don't know. I think it's a horrible fucking take. I think she's really just a low
terrible
life.
person. Yeah, terrible person.
I responded.
She must hate her life and be miserable. She must be miserable every day of her life.
God, you know, so insufferable. Like, I replied to a tweet today about it that said her and Asmon need to walk around with a giant plant to replace all the oxygen they steal from everyone else.
You know that most of our oxygen doesn't even come from plants, though. It comes from the ocean.
It does.
Yeah.
Okay, well, oxygen, plants take carbon dioxide and turn it into oxygen. So that was my point.
Yeah.
But I understand your point. Yeah.
I was just stating a cool fact.
I feel like we need to fact check this.
What's that?
All right.
Hold on, you fact check it.
A rebel fact check.
All right. Let's see. You got your safe search on? Oh, look at that. AI says that the ocean.
What?
Wait.
Puts
Hold
up
on.
more oxygen?
Key points. Phytoplankton dominance, photosynthesis. So it's coming from the ocean. However, these small organisms and plants, it's from phytoplankton, which is a plant that is in the ocean. So yes, you're right, but it is from plants that are in the ocean.
Yeah,
That's
see,
what that
I was
says.
I thought, I was like, oh yeah, well, water is H2O. It's coming from the O part, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well,
Every time it splashes, it separates hydrogen and oxygen.
You're right, but it's from plants in the ocean.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, well, all right then. Fucking learn something new every day.
So it's half right.
You're mostly right, probably. You're mostly right. The ocean's more the ocean than, well, I don't know. I don't know anymore. It doesn't come from trees. Well, a lot of it does, but
a lot of it does. Because trees store carbon dioxide also.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
that's the Earth's liver. It like cleans the air for us.
That's our 2 videos that we had to load up to talk about.
And they're both fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Yes.
I would almost, I don't know what level to put. Like, is one of them dumber than the other, or are they about even?
They're both equal because one feeds the other feeds. They both feed into each other.
Yeah.
One has that view because of the other. The other has the view because of the first.
Maybe. Yeah. Yeah,
I see what
you're
chamber
saying.
of stupid.
It is. Like, what bubble are they living in to have these takes? You know,
Media.
it's got to be.
Yeah.
It
has to be. That's why I said they live in their fucking Kardashians' life. That's the way they view the world, is through these fucking stupid shows that most of these morons don't realize. All these live shows or these crazy life shows, they're all fucking scripted, people. They're fake. That shit ain't real.
Scenario.
Tell me Snooki didn't get punched in the face?
Yeah.
Well, I think it's scripted to a level of scenario. Not exactly what happens in the scenario, but hey, let's put them in this situation and then see what happens.
And see what happens.
I think it's like that. You know?
A lot of these shows are all fucking scripted.
It's like all those IRL streamers, you know? I would say they're scripted. They have some sort of plan of what they're going to do, but literally, I have not seen one that I would respect as a human. Like an actual human being that deserves respect. I haven't seen one, man.
I saw a clip the other day of somebody saying when they first met Neon, he straight up went to him, you know, respectful. Hey, I'm Neon, blah, blah, blah. Now I'm going to turn on these cameras and I'm going to say things to you that might get you pissed off. React how you want to react. It's fine. But just know this isn't really how I am. It's just a character that I'm playing. He like legitimately like warned them, the people that he met, that, you know, hey, we're cool. I'm just playing a character.
Is that coming from somebody who likes the guy or somebody who has no?
It was somebody that was on his stream, but really didn't know who he was to begin with.
Oh. I wonder about that. If that is.
And who is this? Who is this person? Sorry to interrupt.
Neon.
Who?
Neon.
So he's an IRL streamer. Yeah.
Never fucking heard of the person.
The little dweeby looking.
Pick one. They're all dweeby looking idiots.
Indian descent Millhouse. He looks like Millhouse from The Simpsons, but he's of Indian descent.
Pull up a picture. Pull up a picture of him, dude. Pull up a picture of this guy.
Never even heard of this person.
This guy could fight his way out of a wet paper bag, dude. He's like,
I don't know. He did hold his own against fucking Jack Doherty, though. But that's
fucking, dude.
That's two fucking poodles.
I want you to listen to that. He held his own against Jack Doherty. A wet paper bag.
So is this person like he goes around talking shit to people? They're running his mouth.
These guys just go IRL, excuse me, and they go to parties and they have all these like, you know, OnlyFans girls all around them all the time, and they have all these controversial things that happen, and people literally just eat it up. It's like a live. It's a live reality show. Really, it's the best I could say what it is. But That's him. That's that neon guy.
Yeah, he would die if he actually did that in a real place.
Well, they all have
And
bodyguards.
and not in a fucking setting. The bodyguards would fucking die.
They all have bodyguards because
You come
of the
you
shit
come to
they say.
Vegas in some certain parts of Vegas and go running your mouth or talking shit, and they're gonna beat the shit out of your bodyguards and then proceed to just pummel the shit out of you.
Yeah, it looks like I would agree with you there. There's a lot of places that are like that, but
Like, that's why I don't believe a lot of this shit is real, because I don't care if you have bodyguards or not.
mhm.
You go to certain areas where you watch these people go, like they're in these, let's say bad neighborhoods, or, certain areas of town that might have some gang related activities going on, and they act up, and you're probably not going to make it out of that neighborhood, including your bodyguards.
Oh yeah, dude.
Or your bodyguards are going to be like, "Hey, you're on your own, bud."
Yeah, you don't pay me enough. So
Yeah.
I ain't taking a bullet for you, clown. This is what I think. I think these guys may claim that they're playing a character, but a lot of them comes out in their character.
Mhm.
A lot of them comes out in that. If they are playing a character, let's say, that's them just acting or talking a little bit differently. But that's them.
Let's see. Was it who's the super popular guy now who blew up? Well, he's been kind of popular now, but he really blew up lately. He acts like Nerdy.
That's Sketch. He kind of, I haven't
That
seen
guy.
him much lately. Ever since his outing of doing like OnlyFans.
Oh, I've been seeing him
stuff,
crazy.
I don't see him very much.
He was with
Oh.
the Phase House for like a month or two
That was like
doing
months ago
content. Yeah, and recently it was Stable Ronaldo, Lacey, Clicks, and they tried to get Jinxie, but it was Sketch. All played Fortnite with the Costco guys.
though. Yeah, I haven't seen
from the
as of,
Costco little kid.
I would say in the
Dad.
last month or two, I haven't really seen him a whole lot
Like,
on anything.
but anyway, like his character, that he portrays when he plays and everything.
It's a lot of him.
It's
It
a lot
is.
of him.
It's
Yeah.
literally him with a little spin on it, just like
Yeah.
most of the rest of them. They say they're playing a character. It's them with a little spin on it, dude. So
Well, wrestlers say the best character that they can play is themselves turned up to the max.
yeah, that's
Like,
what I
just-
think.
Just your character turned up to
Mhm.
as high as it can get.
Yeah, that's what I think that these guys are. It's exactly that. They're just themselves cranked up to the max. And most of them are just bad. They're not good people,
Mm-mm.
I always
Yeah.
curious, like, why do all these garbage cans get such a big platform? What are they attracting?
Well, it's the same reason we watch any kind of reality TV. It's car crash TV. We watching it for the drama.
Oh yeah, because it's interesting, right? You want to see it. You're like, what's going to
Makes you
happen
feel better
next?
about your life. You're
Sometimes.
like, I ain't
yeah.
going through that shit,
Like,
Yeah, when
well-
I see those guys, I'm like, God, I'm so glad I'm not around any of these fucking turds.
Yeah. Facts.
I'm glad I
100%.
wouldn't even associate with them at all.
No, if I ever met you or, came across you in real life on the street or something like that, I'd be like, get the fuck away from me. Because me and you are about to have words, and I don't have words.
Yeah. I don't.
Adjectives and vowels.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Yeah,
A
I don't
man
know,
of few words.
Or no, not adjectives, consonants and
But-
vowels. That's what I meant.
I hate verbal drama. Like verbal
Yes.
drama, all that crap, which is 99% of those shows, it's all verbal drama. Like it's all just talking drama and girlfriend, boyfriend drama or some of the other show. I fucking hate it. Can't stand it. Despise it.
It's
Now,
literally
if it was now if it was a show of them getting their ass beat, I might watch that.
it's literally the same thing on these IRL streams, and sometimes it does get physical. Like sometimes there are little fights, little brawls, people getting slapped or punched or whatever, and they're chasing each other. And
Yeah,
it's so immature, man. It's so immature. Like, do you not have better things to do with your time? Like, it doesn't make sense to me.
I don't like arguing with people on the internet because I'm like, it doesn't make me feel good. Like if we're in person arguing, that's better because there's always that option of violence, and that's more what I'm used to, and I like.
I love to argue.
I love that take, bro. I like arguing in person because I have the option of violence if I choose it.
Yeah, there's more of an
But
option.
arguing over the internet, for one, nobody's going to change anybody's mind over the internet.
No.
It's not going to happen. And two, like, it's just like fucking hitting a brick wall. Like you're not getting anywhere, and
No.
I can't beat your ass if you piss me off.
I've had disagreements with people over the internet and about things, and it never gets like crazy. It's just a conversational disagreement, but it becomes so tiresome because I'm like, okay, I clearly just cannot make a point in this many characters that I have available, so I'm just gonna stop because I'm wasting my time and my life and my breath. Like, well, my thumbs, I should say.
Yeah,
it's a better conversation to have it like over a beer or something, you know?
Wasting time.
Because then if I don't like you, I can just break the beer bottle over your head and beat your ass. That's about
Be done with it.
Yeah. I wouldn't do that.
I'd much rather just like if two streamers have a disagreement, just throw gloves on. Let's see that. I would much rather see that than y'all arguing back and forth.
There's some that do, but people get called out and nobody ever shows up, so they're like just a bunch of pussies anyways.
And if they do, they pull up with 15 other friends and their bodyguards, and
yeah, that's the one thing I don't like is how I see fights nowadays. It's not just like a 1v1 anymore.
I did get a little bit inkling more respect to Logan Paul because he had a disagreement with that one meathead Jim Bro Brad is his name, I think.
I'm not sure.
He's a podcaster. I think it was Brad, but they ended up like no cameras. Let's fight it out. And they did, like, and then afterwards they're like, hugged each other, and it's like, they had respect for each other. Then
I can respect that. A 1v1, nobody else involved. Just handle your shit and then move on.
Bradley Martin.
Yeah. Handle your shit, move on, and then be done with it. Like, there's better things to do, but
this is them after it happened.
What I see is people talking shit, and then they start fighting, and then one side's all their little buddies start going in and just hitting them in the back and the head, in the back of the head, and all this. I'm like, now it's 1v like 8. These guys.
Yeah.
Oh. Well,
they had a beef because Bradley said that his brother was gonna lose or something, or he could beat his brother up or something. And he was like, you know what? Let's no cameras. We can go out in front of your gym, or they did it in his gym.
So there's no camera. This is not videotaped.
Nope.
But it looks like it is.
The only time they turned on the video camera was afterwards. I mean, there might be surveillance cameras.
There's nobody bleeding, nobody hurt.
Hold on.
Nobody. There's not even any marks.
Bradley said his back of his head was. You can see it here. His back of his head is raw hamburger meat.
So what? So there's literally, out of all these photos and all this stuff, there's no actual video of them throwing.
No, unless there's surveillance cameras, which they aren't going to.
Because all these videos are talking like they're going to show you the fight. You know?
Yeah, there wasn't though.
Oh,
Trust me, I've looked.
you looked into it and didn't see anything.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
See, my first thought on this was this is just for the hub. This is just for the YouTube clicks, views, and likes.
Oh,
Which
yeah.
it
There
may
was
be
video
still.
before,
Yeah.
and I think he made Bradley Martin sign something saying that no cameras, no footage would be released. You know, because he wanted to do it out front of the or out back of the gym. It's like, look, let's do it here. You know, we have ads and shit. I don't want to do it on concrete. That's a little reckless.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, you have security cameras, and so he made him sign something saying he would never release it.
Anything that I see on the internet nowadays, I just see it as content and for entertainment purposes only. Really. Like anything. I don't even care what it is. It's all just content for people. People making content to put out to get clicks and views and likes and to put money in their pocket. That's all it is. That's all it is.
Another thing is Bradley, because he's 265 and jacked, he thinks that he can take people like legit fighters. He's always asking, like he asked Cheeto Vera, you know, what would happen in a street fight between us two? You think I could take you? And Cheeto's like, I'd fucking murder you, bro. In a street fight?
Is that
dead.
Cheeto Vera would destroy him.
is that
Like, it wouldn't even be
Bradley?
a contest.
Is that Bradley Martin guy? Is he a fighter?
Yeah. No, he's just a
He's just a big
Fucking
dude.
Gym rat.
fitness model. Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
gym
You're,
rat.
He's a podcaster too.
you're not gonna win a fight against a trained fighter just because
No.
you're big. Like there's a size difference, sure, but if it's close, like you're not gonna win a fight if you're the same weight and height as a fighter. Like, there's no way.
No, he's asking the smaller guys. He asked like
course.
Nate Diaz too.
Well, if you
Nate Diaz
outweigh,
like, I'd fucking murder you because you're gonna gas out, and I'm not.
Nate Diaz would destroy him though in the first place.
Yeah.
if
He'd be
you're
lucky if he hit Nate Diaz.
if you're 100 pounds if you outweigh someone by 100 pounds, I mean, that's nothing to shake a stick at, dude. Like, that's a huge difference. And there's a reason why there's weight classes, whether someone fights or not. 100-pound difference is pretty significant. Now, if you can catch them in the area where they're not skilled at, which is many areas if they're not a fighter, then somebody in a lower weight class could probably take them out, you know?
And Demetrius Johnson could fight that dude, and I would still put my money on Mighty Mouse.
Oh yeah. Mighty Mouse would run circles around him.
Yeah. And Mighty Mouse is a small dude.
Well,
Hey, he's 135
probably-
pounds, isn't he?
I think he fight 125.
Or 125? He's tiny, man.
Let me see. I'll look it up.
And that guy weighs 265. Like, I don't know, bro.
125.
125
125.
against a guy that weighs 265.
I'm still putting my money on Demetrius Johnson
Yeah.
because he's a trained fighter. He's ranked one of the best pound for pound fighters in the world.
Yeah, pound for
I
pound.
would argue he's pound for pound one of the best ever.
Ever. Yeah.
I
I still would put my money on Mighty Mouse over that guy.
I have no doubt that he rolls with people that outweigh him by like 50 pounds, but not 140 pounds.
It don't matter. His skill outweighs the difference, I feel like.
It's still a dangerous fight for him.
The only way that Bradley would be able to win that fight is if he grabbed him and hit him with the earth.
That's kind of what I'm like thinking. Like, the dude could
But
just.
he's not going to be able to grab him.
I don't know, man.
And
So
even if
very-
he gets
all
a hold of
hypothetical.
him, all hypothetical, of course. But I feel like even if he got a hold of him, Johnson's skill in grappling and everything else would take over, and he would just break his arm. Like, he would just roll him up. Even as big as the guy is, you get him in a lock of some sort, a leg lock, arm bar, anything. I don't care how big you are. You're going to get fucked up.
That's what, I mean, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu was invented for the smaller guy with good technique to be able to take out a bigger guy with no technique.
Yeah, but could you imagine if that guy weighing 265 actually landed a punch on Johnson? Could you imagine if he landed
it'd be a bad day. It'd be a bad day.
It wouldn't be that bad because I guarantee you,
dude,
it's not a punch that's been thrown before. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think Bradley really knows how to throw a punch properly, or have snap to it, or
yeah, but you never know.
I don't know, dude.
Like I said, the only way he would be able to do it is to pick him up and slam him on his head, or slam him against a wall or something.
Momentum and weight do a lot of damage.
Yeah.
You know? Think of like a cheetah fighting a bear. Who do you think would win? A brown bear, like a grizzly. A cheetah fighting a grizzly bear. Who do you think would win?
Of course, the bear, but that's nature.
It's the same kind of thing.
No, because I mean, humans don't necessarily have the nature to be able to know how to fight. Bears do because they have to survive. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay, let's say it's. The way I'm thinking of it and talking about it is it's the difference between, you have this smaller animal who's very ferocious, a hunter, a killer, and then you also have a larger animal who's very ferocious, a hunter, a killer. So like they're both, I mean, the bear outweighs that cheetah by like God knows what,
A lot.
What does a bear weigh? Fucking over 900 pounds.
Well, it depends. Yeah, brown bear, grizzly, over 1,000 pounds for sure, right?
Yeah.
And I would think
or a
the
tiger.
only reason
even.
a cheetah or a big cat at all would not be able to take a bear is because they have natural defenses for their offense against the smaller animals' offense. Like a bear's skin is too thick for a cheetah to grab a hold of its neck and bite through.
Yeah.
600.
But if it had fucking human skin, if a bear had human skin, that cheetah wins.
So it depends on where you're at, I guess. So
I don't know.
Alaskan grizzly bears can weigh as much as 1,200 pounds.
Yeah. Big brown bears. Yeah. I don't know, man. I know that like skill has a lot to do with it, but at some point skill isn't really gonna do a whole lot for you. There's like a turning point, a tipping point somewhere where just someone can just completely overtake you just because they're fucking far bigger than you. He doubles his weight. That's more than double his weight.
Yeah.
I mean,
but
I know he's fast and he's
early
small.
Pride
but
fights will show you like a smaller guy. I think it was Sakuraba versus Zuluzino. Outweighed him by like 200 pounds and still got his ass kicked.
I mean, you got a point there. There are some of those old fights where like one guy's like a giant and the other one looks much smaller.
Yeah, well, there comes a time too where size you're just too big and slow.
Yeah,
and can't do nothing. You literally swing and it takes like 9 years to come around. The guy's like behind you, punching you in the side of the face by the time you swing.
I haven't seen. I mean, you see guys that are like 300 pounds, but they're not as fast as somebody who's 225. They're just not.
Get Butterbean out there.
That guy just had knockout fucking power, dude.
Yeah, I fucking love Butterbean.
Not only that, like he was hard to knock out because of the size of his neck. Like you couldn't jostle his brain around because his neck was so stable.
Yeah, I feel like Butterbean would be that guy on the street where like you would hit him with a 2x4 and he would just stare at you like, what the fuck?
Ow.
Yeah. Yeah.
He was in a 400-pound weight limit required for tough man division.
Who's this? Butterbean?
Butterbean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know that he always tried to fight Mike Tyson, and they would never set it up. Obviously, one, because at that time Mike Tyson was kind of still in his prime, and
Or in
the
prison.
weight, the weight difference, yeah, or in prison, and the weight difference. Like, come on.
Looks like he fought at about 303 pounds, Butterbean did. But he wasn't super fast. He just had power, dude. Like a fuck ton of power.
He was
That's like-
deceptively fast for his size, though.
Yeah.
That's
I mean,
He had quick hands.
fuck was his name? George Foreman. Like George Foreman in his later years when he was chunky, you know, and he wasn't, when he came back and fought after his retirement, he wasn't as skinny, he was chunky. And he didn't even look like he swung very fast or hard, but he would hit people and they would just go night. And it was just, he tapped you on the face and you went to La La Land.
Same thing with like Roy Nelson or Mark Hunt. You know, there's a difference, like size and skill versus smaller size and skill. Like, of course, but like no skill, no training versus. I mean, the size is not. It's not helping.
I mean, in concept, if you know how to throw a punch of some kind, even if it's just a right hook or an overhand right or something like that, if you catch somebody and you weigh enough, like, you can do a fuckload of damage. You know? That's my point. Is like
you got to be able to land it, though.
Yeah. Butterbean, also known as Eric Esch, was unique in combat sports. Despite his slow movement, he was a multi-sport athlete with a distinctive physique. Yes, he did have a distinctive physique. He was kind of, I mean,
for sure.
You know who was fast? Who was it? He fought heavyweight. He was from Russia. What's his name?
Fedor
Emelianenko. Yeah. He wasn't super fast either. I mean, he was quick, but he was dangerous. You know, he was dangerous because he could knock people out. Like, I don't think. I mean, he would destroy fucking people, dude.
Fedor, like he was scary because he was religious. He was always just like blank faced, calm demeanor. Now his brother, on the other hand, you would think would be more scary. He's tatted up, prison, just gangster. But Fedor was way better than Alexander.
Yeah, he was. I mean, he was. I watched some of his old fights and shit on YouTube just because they're entertaining as hell. He was nasty, dude. Nasty. That, like Mirko Krokop, nasty.
his knockout of Andrei Arlovsky and Affliction shows. I mean, he did have some fucking speed on him. But he threw some fast punches. He caught Andrei Arlovsky coming in with a flying knee with one of the quickest hands I've ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
Overhand rights, I believe it was.
Yeah. There's a lot of people that talk about this for a while. Could an untrained, much heavier guy be a trained, lighter guy?
Oh yeah, I'm sure it's I'm sure it's a topic that's been talked about many times.
A lot of people would agree, though, that technique beats physicality, but I think there's some sort of line in there somewhere. It's really hard to say.
Let's say Nate Diaz went up against one of the fucking bodybuilders from the Arnold Classic. You know, the fucking rippled muscle dude. I'm picking Nate Diaz 100% of the time. 100 out of 100 fights.
I think he would win by points. Mostly because the other person would get gassed really fast. Dudes that just lift weights, they get gassed far too quickly. over
'Cause
somebody
it
who
takes
has.
more oxygen to power those muscles.
Oh yeah,
And they're slower. They're a lot slower. And if you watch like gym fights a lot, they don't know how to throw a punch at all. They couldn't punch their way out of a fucking wet paper bag.
yeah. I would say that like Nate, he peppers people with punches. He don't hit super hard, but he peppers
Death by
people.
1,000 cuts.
Exactly. That's kind of his style. Is just constant moving. His athleticism would beat the other guy in that.
I mean, prime example of, size versus skill came down to what's his name? Who's that like world's strongest man dude, the British dude?
I know what you're talking about. Versus the two.
Yeah, he fought the two little guys.
They didn't have skill.
No, but
Eddie Hall.
Eddie Hall. Yeah, if you look up
no,
that
they were
video.
YouTubers, bro. They didn't have zero skill whatsoever.
But did he?
Yeah. Not really.
He's the world's strongest man.
That's it. He's just really strong. Has a lot of mass.
He was training though. He was training boxing.
He was actually training a little bit because him and the Mountain or whatever. That big ass dude, the other world's strongest man. They boxed. They fought.
Yeah.
I just think that it's a dangerous game if they were to do it. Like, yes, the skilled fighter would as long as they didn't get caught with anything, would probably win in a points match. If they were both able to go 3 rounds, let's say, the skilled fighter would definitely win. But I think if that skilled fighter that's smaller got caught by anything that larger person with all that mass, then they would have, it would be probably devastating, I think, just based on momentum. Like grabbing somebody and throwing them on the ground on their head or hitting them with an actual punch or something like that. That's so much mass, dude. I just, that's what I think.
I still am arguing that it would take him literally picking him up, slamming on his head to win. Even a punch, I don't think would. It would hurt, but I don't think it would end the fight.
I don't know. It's literally him. Like, imagine those punches are like from that guy's arm. It's like him getting kicked in the head by somebody in that weight class. Like that dude's arm is as big as his fucking legs, dude. 125-pound guy is not. They look big just because they're cut up, but the size of their limbs is not that big. Like that dude that's 265's arms are probably bigger than that dude than Mighty Mouse's leg.
Yeah, and they eat kicks all the time.
They do, but not. You're right, they do. Too many though.
There we go.
It's definitely an interesting hypothetical, that's for sure.
So these two guys would not really fight him. Like, they kept running from him, and then finally, a little bit left in the third round of 3 rounds, they finally kind of came at Eddie Hall and destroyed him. Yeah, he knocked one of them out.
He picked one up, threw him, and then the other dude came at him, and he just left hand.
Yeah.
Was it the Nafati brothers? Was that the one?
Yeah, Nafati.
Nafati. Yeah.
I'll have to watch that after this. Let's see.
Yeah. It's right here.
But that's 2 guys he's fighting too.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if we'll get this.
In this third
we'll probably get this.
End of the third round, he's trying. Like, Eddie Hall wants to fight him. He comes at him. Good night.
Dude, that's
the reason why he had to punch him is because they told him that he cannot slam them. So he had to just pick him up and let him go. He couldn't fucking powerbomb the shit out of him.
Damn. See, that's a lot of mass, dude.
Yeah.
That's a
Eddie
lot of
Hall's
mass.
like 300 pounds.
Yeah, 300-pound guy that just got in a ring with two guys that weigh, what, 130 pounds probably?
Yeah. And he's
That's
not
a
300 pounds
that
fat
has
either.
been training.
Yeah, but his that's not his. I mean, he has been training some. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. He's also like 300 pounds of muscle. Like,
Yeah. Well, what round was this in?
the third round.
Wow. So he actually went a full 3 rounds, huh?
Yeah.
Against these little tykes. Yeah, but these guys kind of look like they may have been training a little bit too. Look at that. He's trying to get a takedown. You don't do that unless you got some training. Comes in for a wide right, which he got caught in the face. He's got his fists up. They've been training a little bit, dude.
Yeah.
I would argue that Eddie, because he did do the boxing match way before this, that he's probably more skilled than both of them.
That's what happens when you go up against a guy who's much
yeah,
bigger.
A little bit of training on both sides. The bigger guy just destroyed him. He got caught.
Yeah.
If it's Eddie Hall versus two Mighty Mouses, that's a different outcome too.
I
would say, yeah, I think that two Mighty Mouses, those are champions fighters, dude. That's two champion fighters.
Because they're not just gonna bum rush him like that either. Like he got up and just like ran at him with his hands down. Like,
yeah.
two
we can even go.
Johnsons aren't gonna do that.
We can go even a little bit less skilled and go with like not pound for pound best and say Henry Cejudo, two Henry Cejudos. That would be a different story.
I mean, almost any trained UFC fighters in general, like two like actual legit, because one, UFC's not even going to sign you to fight on their platform unless you've got some decent training and some decent fights under your belt. They're just not going to do it.
Bruce Lee was about the size of those guys. Two Bruce Lees.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
Or just one Bruce Lee.
No. Well, Bruce Lee would just kick him in the face and be done with it. Like, let me kick you.
Oh, well, how much damage would it really do?
Although, I don't know.
Over time, it would add up. I mean, look at Paul Varlins versus Marco Huas. Like, he legitimately, they called him the polar bear because he was like 7 foot tall, 300 and something pounds.
So
and Marco
Eddie Hall
Huas
is
just kicked him in his legs until he fell over.
Yeah. I think if enough leg damage, you take all that power away from him. That would probably change the course of a fight for somebody who's smaller, who could get leg kicks in or something, just take their legs out. Like after that, they're not moving as fast. Even a large guy isn't moving around that fast, but like you take their legs out, they're cooked,
Or UFC 1 when fucking 150 pound or 170 pound Hoist Gracie won it all because he had better technique than other trained martial artists, bigger than him.
Yeah. Huh.
Yeah, Eddie Hall is 6'2", mid 300s, depending. Like when he was lifting, when he was actually doing like the strongest man competitions, he could weigh 400 plus.
Jeez.
What's the other guy? Him and Eddie do content a lot together.
Brian Shaw.
Brian
I like
Shaw's
Brian
like
Shaw.
he saw a video of somebody wrestling
Funny.
a bear, and he's just like, I want to know how I would do against that bear. 'Cause he's as big as a fucking bear.
6'8". Brian Shaw is 6'8", weighs anywhere from 340 to 454, depending on when he's training and fighting, training and competing.
One of a handful of men that be able to lift the Thomas Inch barbell.
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
Well, dude, his hands are probably
Size of lunch boxes.
Yeah.
Shit.
The only
Mark
people
Henry
that
was
can
able
lift
to do
those
it as
shit.
well. That would be a fucking fight I'd like to see. Fucking Brian Shaw versus Mark Henry. Like two fucking big ass grizzly bears just throwing hands. Because I'm pretty sure, like, in his prime, Mark Henry, because he's getting a little old now. But I'm pretty sure being a professional wrestler and a Olympic weightlifter, a strongman, he had a gas tank on him. And I'm pretty sure Shaw has a gas tank too, being a fucking farm boy. You know, he's not going to gas out quick. So that would be a fucking fight.
Well, for like world's strongest man in those competitions and stuff, you have to have some sort of,
Stamina.
gas and some sort of stamina, because a lot of that is
event after event after event.
Yeah.
Oh man, you guys.
I mean, he makes Mike Tyson look like a little guy.
Yeah.
Brian Shaw
makes
does.
Mike Tyson look like Mighty Mouse.
Yeah, for real. Here, I'll show you real quick before we get out of here.
All right. So we hit our hour.
Yeah.
Okay. What is this? Oh, Jesus, dude. He's huge. Look at that arm, bro.
It makes Mike Tyson look small.
Bro, Mike Tyson's torso is probably as big as his legs.
That's insane, man. This is just a fucking large human.
Look at him holding the hands of the fucking Arnold Classic winners.
Oh, the bodybuilder. Here you go. Yeah.
That's insane right there.
Yeah.
Makes them look tiny. I mean, they are kind of short, it looks like, but
I mean, they're
to him,
average. They're
how tall
like
is he?
5'8"-ish.
He is 6'8".
Oh yeah, he's well over a foot taller than those guys. He's even hunched down a little bit.
Yeah.
It's just like I could just see him like trying to lift his hands all the way up, and both their arms just rip off.
I feel like he could pick him up.
Javier Bjornsson, he's 6'9".
Yeah, he was way bigger than Eddie Hall when they fought.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like these guys just are like gonna have short lives, sadly, man, because they're just so huge. You know, their heart's just not gonna last.
Yeah.
Carrying around, pumping blood through all that. Like, Jesus.
Him sitting down looks bigger than those guys.
Yeah, he's still making them look small.
Yeah.
Yeah. The dude's a monster.
Fuck, dude.
But you have to think of, like, he's been a big guy his entire life. So, I mean, I'm pretty sure his heart and
maybe
shit has adapted or was just built to supply that big of a frame, because he's probably came out of the womb.
I don't know.
That big.
I don't know, man. It's hard to say.
Split his mom in half.
God. All right. Well, on that note, let's wrap it up.
Let's call it.
All right, we'll do the photo and then we'll get the hell out of here. All right. Cool. All right, y'all.
All right. Love y'all. Mean it.
Love y'all.
Have a good day.
Later. Love y'all.
Bye.